Hey everyone, it's TechMarine again. Today I'm going to show the same stencil as in the last one, but this time I'm going to use an airbrush. In the previous video I had mentioned how it's a bit easier to use the dry brush or just the brush technique. And now I'm going to do the airbrush and kind of show you there is some benefit to it as it's a lot faster, but you just got to do it. There's a little bit of technique to it. Let's just say that it's you got to be slower, and when you put the stencil on, as I've already got it on here, and the key thing to do with this stencil is you got to make sure that it's pressed down. It's not going anywhere. Like right here, I've got like a little bubble that I can't seem to get to stick down. Because anything where it's up a little bit or anything like that, it'll get right in there. And you can maybe go back through with like a little detail brush or something and kind of fill in between later, but it's just a lot easier not to have to do that. For the airbrush, I don't have anything too fancy. I just have it's the Badger Patriot 105, and it's basically like this right here. It's pretty much your standard airbrush. It works pretty well. It's mostly I use it for kind of doing a lot of the base coats and stuff like that. I'm not, like I said, I'm pretty new to the airbrush scene as it is. I haven't gotten too much into trying to do any more of the details and stuff like that with it. I'm gradually getting there, but as of right now I just kind of use it for base coats and stuff. And as far as the paints, this is just your GW paint that I use, but it's mixed with some blue stuff here. This is like your Windex. This is like an off-brand of Windex. Just window cleaner. It works great. It doesn't mess up with the pigment even though it's a blue color, but it does great at thinning the paint. And I guess it's the ammonia or something like that that's in the paint that really helps thin it. And as far as consistency, you can kind of see the consistency here. When you kind of roll it around the edge, you want it to really kind of slide down like that. So you want it to be a pretty good consistency, not too thick, but enough that it clings to the sides, because that tells you that it's going to cling to the model when you paint it. All right, I'm gonna fill up the airbrush here and then we'll start painting. Okay, I got the brush all filled up here, and turn on the compressor and we're gonna get started here. Okay, there you have that. We'll let that dry a little bit, and then we'll take it off and see how it turned out. Hopefully it turned out alright. Like I said, it's kind of tricky with the airbrush, making sure that you get a good even good even coat, and with the stencil, especially trying to make sure that it doesn't get in between the stencil itself. But yeah, I mean, we got pretty good coverage on it, not too bad. So I'm just hoping when I take this off it's gonna look alright. So we'll just give it a few more minutes and we'll be right back. Alright, well there you have it. It actually didn't turn out too bad at all. It looks pretty good. And then it'll look a little bit better because I'll paint this probably, you know, a different kind of color and kind of really border this out so it looks nice and everything. And then I'll fill in the rest of the model as well with some of the patterns, and I think it'll actually turn out pretty nice. I'm a little impressed with it. Here's kind of a side-by-side to the one we did earlier. You can kind of see, for the most part, they generally look kind of the same. I would say that you definitely have a more even color with the airbrush throughout the different scales. As this one, you can see each scale is very different with the uniqueness and stuff, but you can definitely see that there's more of a consistency here. But they both look great. I'm very happy with the way both of them turned out. So like I said, I'm pretty new to the airbrush thing. As I make more videos and stuff, I'll be learning along with anybody else that might be learning how to airbrush, or if you know some good tips on airbrushing, please leave them in the comments below because I'd greatly appreciate any help. I don't know, one day maybe I'll be down to making portraits and pictures and stuff, but for now I think I'm gonna be stuck to just basing the models, and I guess I can do some stencil work now as well. But yeah, again, I'm happy to share my tips and happy to hear any tips anyone else has. Alright, well until next time, thanks.